against the team at the very bottom of Pacific. And yeah, it was a dominant win, but only on one half.
Wow, what a beginning. It's Live who has to hold down the fort towards B main. It's going to be that split attempt, shorty in your face though. Not lacking any sense of confidence from that, but the site's going to be gained nevertheless here for DRX. Plant down, B main control not going to be theirs either. It's HFMI with control of that, a good stun and a face, not enough damage. Chipping it down though, and spam through the smoke will eventually finish off Mako. And this is getting really quite dicey on the pistol. Stacks falls, left up to RB. Contacting around HFMI, sets his sights on him, and a pistol round. Going away of attacking Seoul Esports.
Well played. I love the decision to contest early there and pick up an early pistol.
Weren't really utilizing Foxy9 as much. It's been turbulent, you know, to keep it lightly.
Absolutely.
The roster that DRX is running, back and forth in terms of who they're trying to field, and changes everything.
You best believe they ain't set on it yet. Just because Foxy9 is in for this game does not mean that he's going to be in for the entire tournament. Pretty much every time they've started a tournament with Foxy9, or starting when they say they're going to run Foxy9, like at lock-in, they've ended up going back to Zest at some point. You know, he's like that partner you just can't get away from.
Yeah. Slow beginning here. The other end of this pistol round, farming up the orbs necessary. Main control still in control. You can see attacking Seoul Esports. Maybe the emphasis being placed towards there as well. I think this speaks as well to a lot of preparation and understanding, because the way this comp gets used by DRX, they love to try and play their post plans from B main. The A main positions as well. Life on top of Jenny, barely cleared out. It's going to be two players falling on either side. Plant will start to go down and exchange of guns on either side on top of it.
Yeah, only one really that's dangerous.
Whoa!
Stacks right here. What are you up to, HFMI? He is so deep.
No chance in hell of anybody be able to follow this one up. Still, they push through into the smokes, trying to take the fight to them with the stingers. And Mako with the lineup. Will it land? Will it buy him some time? But it's being whistled back and now playing together. Pushing him. Trying to play close. Mako also playing his life, but time. The molly as well now going to be fading. Aftershock into the side. That's going to be at least half onto the fuse stock all the way. Mako can't withstand it. Not that kind of damage. So a little bit shaky.
Weaponry is just so poor for the Chinese squad.
Flash, the dash all the way forwards. Foxy9 cannot see a thing. Relatively contained though. The shots are fired through. So they do have that player advantage. A quick pivot now as well, making their way over towards the A side. Spike making its way down towards Sun. They haven't cleared the back of the site. Punk's still here, ready and waiting. Shorty in his hands. What can he do with it? Running all the way through onto the sides. The shot's just missing. Monk out in the open. He's cleaned up.
I have the spike.
Bunter's that last player left standing. He does have a rifle.
His position's been given away doubly there by the alarm bot and the Prowler. He's got a molly that would be good for clearing out one area, but he's got to pick and choose. He picks correctly.
Doesn't force RB out into the open like he was hoping for. Fight needs to be isolated, but Buzz was on drop. He's already wrapped all the way around. And any chance of losing this round is really just nigh impossible. Especially when that molly, look at that, sailing all the way across. This is what DRX they love to do when they get set up in these post plants.
And I think at some point here, attacking Seoul Esports have got to be getting the read on that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's just an impossible.
Default setup here. Fight to be taken over towards Arcade. Falls over it. Even the ult being committed out to the open. Foxy9, he adjusts the aim, does respond. Rifles exchanged, the bullets as well flying past.
Good smoke from Mako there on top of Generator. When you're playing against a double duelist comp, you've got to be careful of that angle.
Now he's holding down, again, that tree position. HFMI has been that solo lurker of late. These fights be taken. This time spotted though, brought down with two players left standing. Again, looks so damn unlikely. At this point, could be potentially calling for the save, but that's just not really in the playbook of some of these Chinese teams. If you've watched them play, you know that they love to fight, but the hand is forced, really.
YH, he looks like he wants to go for it anyway. I can respect the confidence. But it is the wiser decision to back up and keep the Phantom online. You're talking about confidence as well, and we said attacking Seoul Esports, they're kind of the new kids on the block, this wave of newer Chinese talent that are just so eager for VALORANT to officially release in their region and for the whole scene to get kick-started. I thought it was very... And attacking Seoul Esports had been saying, you know, we're going to enter this with a learning mentality, but we do still aim to win the championship. Whereas EDG, who've been to tournaments like this before, said, we're just looking to win a match, make playoffs, you know? And you heard Yinsu talk about it after. And DRX, they might offer you those opportunities. It's been tumultuous for them recently.
It's been all over the place in terms of that consistency, not really present. Life wants to take a fight with the knives in his hands. Prowler's taken care of. Rolling Thunder though. Clears all the way through as that weak goodbye, and the shots just aren't quite landing. The Blades finding their marks. Punt will fall though. It's just going to be that pure rifle spam right through the common corners. Bugs going for something quite cheeky. Not getting away with it. All up to YH once more. And again, forced into that position where he's just going to have to back away and save, try and get away with a rifle, but denied even that with Mako watching it. And a reform if you're not fighting for that B main control, the A main control on the defensive side. You can start to see DRX really run away with it. Mako's built up the orbital strike. It's another tool that he can use. Potentially in the post plant. Bunt is so close to this corner here. There's nobody really to support him in the F. Out into the open, sprayed down. YH making the most of it. Can't get the second. It's cleaned up.
I like this though. Look at the duelist reacting, taking back this position. And this is where Mako's going to fall back to after they get the plant down. Now, having said that, usually he's not the one with the spike. So with Mako planting, it's going to have to be somebody else re-clearing this area.
There's a little bit of a hesitancy because you can see they realize, oh, we don't have a main control. RB's the one who has to pick up the pieces. He's going to meet in the opposite end of these rifles. Fight's still being taken though. Foxy9 really turning up. He's low though. Nade forcing him out into the position. He falls to it, and it's just down to Buzz. He's playing the Nano Swarms across the map. Bit of a difference of an approach. It's broken though. Now he's forced to try and take this fight here. Showstopper over the top, and there we go. Rocket sailing right past.
That's a nice little birthday present, isn't it? Being able to play at Masters Tokyo.
Maybe we'll see even more. Might be a day of celebrations, Josh.
It could be.
Early days.
It could be. Yeah, I mean, they're the massive underdogs.
Stage matches.
Crazy.
They are dominant at the beginning of these tournaments. Whenever teams have the unfortunate circumstance of running into them.
Here's a little contact, north side crunch.
Buzzy's trying to rummage and run to the ropes. Nope, he will not be able to latch onto that. So a bit of a punish.
Bit of an aggressive position by Buzz, but he was expecting them to use utility earlier than that. Got caught out.
Oh, it's
Orbital strike.
Lockdown, orbital strike has to be used for it, yeah. An exchange of the ultimates, just 1-for-1.
But he caught Life as well.
How did Life falls to that? And so post-plant positions for DRX once more. Still have that tree control, Josh. I'm telling you, it's important.
It is incredibly important. It's where Mako's going to be playing from almost all the time. I'd love if they sent HFMI underneath.
Straight to the side, Showstopper does not collect a kill. It's all over the place, but still anchored to the side here. It's RB to do the most, but again, you have this aftershock to deal with. And then there's the molly. They lay her out on top of one another. It's body blocked. Cheeky play there by Monk. I think that was in the moment call. He tried to shoulder check it, but it's not enough to offset the trajectory of it. And now the fight needs to be taken close and personal, exactly where Mako likes it. Stun rips its way through with the fault line to set up the easy kill there.
Breath of relief for them, to be honest. Having this kind of decent start to the game when you're running a team that you haven't been playing with in the lower bracket final and the grand final Pacific, and also a composition like that, Jet Rays or Neon Rays.
This is explosive.
Life's got it all to do on A.
Yeah, right through sand. Life holds it. Has the dash, will not get much more though. Couldn't activate it, couldn't disengage. Again, that sight's going to be theirs. It's again very standard from DRX. They love to do the splits into A, straight through sand, normally with RB on the Neon, so
yeah, and
hide his presence with the fast lane a bit more, but yeah.
The fact that there isn't a Neon does offer more opportunities for Attacking Soul to find those timings and throw counter utility, hold their ground a little more, you could argue too, because you don't have that pace. I mean, you look at the way that Foxy9 is being able to entry, and he's sometimes quite far ahead of the rest of the DRX players, but we're not really seeing Attacking Soul try and stop the hits. They're playing retake every round. This is going to be a very difficult one again. I mean, Monk's got 5 health.
Yeah, you just got to drop off there. You got to save the rifle for the next. Smart play.
And on a half-buy round, it stings a little bit when you're the player with the rifle and you haven't really been able to have any impact, but that's the way it goes. It is tough, though. DRX, they look very coordinated on these executes. The real part where we've seen DRX test. I'm looking for an adjustment. What I'd like to see here is, sure, Attacking Soul Esports are not going to commit heavily to hard anchor in the sites, right? But they have a breach ult to work with. And instead of playing that for a set retake where you all leave the site, now weirdly, YH does tend to hard anchor on breach on A. So that isn't really going to help him if he continues doing that.
It's the same setup from DRX. I mean, they just go for the B split. No contesting towards tunnel or B main, so it's a free lockdown. There's no orbital strike in play, so it can't be removed. It's going to clear out of sight. Look at Life. I mean, the guy's none the wiser. Plan's going down, though. He will be detained. So maybe there's going to be a follow-up here from attacking Seoul Esports. Anything to try and offset it. Dodging, juking, weaving, rolling thunder comes in. It's a little bit too late, close to Jenny. Nano Swarm in the smoke. Everybody's just wading right through it, and Buzz is eviscerating them. Can't withstand that. Across the ropes, hip and a hop, cheeky movement. HFMI, how's he getting away with that? Plan goes down, and now you're really feeling the heat, but all revealed from the haunt.
That's what we have in the world right now. Just cleaning things up towards the end. And that's a nice idea from ASE. They did what I was talking about in terms of trying to support the players by off the Haunt reveal. This is only RB's second time ever playing Fade. The only other time he's played Fade was when DRX ran this against DFM.
Yeah.
He is hyper flexible.
Being asked to step up as well. You know, not too sure how much time they've had in terms of practice, but having to fill into these roles.
I mean, that's a very good question, Brent.
Yeah.
How much time have they had to practice, and with what team?
Exactly, or iteration of the roster, because it has been chopping and changing. This time, look at Buzz, he's learned his lesson. He's like, okay, well, you contacted that one round. I'm gonna hug close to the rope this time, so I can't give anything away.
Yeah, I mean, Buzz is not actually being required to lurk here at all, because the site execs are working so well. So why not? I mean, play it as safe as you possibly can. Just give info to the rest of your team on where to react to in the rest of the map. I think this makes perfect sense from Buzz.
DRX not willing to overplay their hand. It's been very slow at the beginning.
And attacking Seoul Esports need some information here. They need to find out where the exec is going to come through, but nobody really looking like they want to take a push. They don't have any information agents either, so that really comes down to Life and HFMI to take more aggressive duels.
Prowler fight to be taken. Foxy's right across there, rolling thunder. It does clear through, but it's a 2 for 2. 3-on-3 action through the smoke there. Bun takes great timing as the spike drops down to the floor. Control gain for it. A solo fight by HFMI. No one's ready to follow up, but time is running so damn short. And Mako, when he's cleaned up, it's all up to Buzz. He does not have a lot to work with, does he? The resource is running out. 6 seconds remaining. Has to isolate and force 2 of those fights. He will not get it. So
Happening by isolating Foxy9 from the rest of the team. Now, Foxy9 is in a different zip code from the rest of his team there on the entry.
Earlier, man, he's way ahead of his team when he's going for these entries.
Right, and that's the kind of thing where when you play against a team that doesn't punish it, it looks like attacking Seoul Esports, take that and make something of it.
Stun, close to the side, just spotting the shoulder. Foxy9!
Beautiful.
Lovely reset. It's 2 collected.
And his mechanics are never in doubt. Bunt is in such an odd spot here, just hiding in the smoke.
In the main smoke. He knows he's surrounded. Locks onto it. Mako's taken out. Gonna have his util there, and A main controls also there. There's a fight to be taken towards B main, but all is happening. Orbital strike clears through, no kill to be found off of it. This positioning is so awkward. Stacks, it's brought down low. Only close to the corner. Angles here, wide fight, and they do double face it. At the same time here, DRX need to get a bit of a move on. They don't have control of any of this. What a position. What a kill to find. Nano Swarm, it's too short. Doesn't land onto it, damage done, still spamming. Stops to defuse, and Buzz. He contains. Save
too much, not be able to win the 1v2. But his spam, perfect. And Foxy9 sets it up with a double kill, Buzz closes it. That was almost Bunt's round.
Final round of the first half. That's again a very similar beginning here for DRX. I mean, they love to do it. The splits into B. This time though, they dump a bit of that util. They are biding their time, wetting it out, but they still have control of tunnel. So there it is, laying down the ult. Orbital strike was used prior, so again, nothing to break this.
This would be a good time for Monk to use his ulti and deny their entry.
Oh, bounce! He just wants to take the fight. Life up into the corner, double up trap, he's avoided it, dash, disengage, re-engages all over the place. What a kill to find the Bucky. That's 2 in tower. Mako, rocket to the side, dodging, juking, trying to avoid it, damage is done.
I can't. Life's play there is ridiculous. Bunt just decides he's had enough of letting them get free execs, and Life double up draft into the corner to dodge it, and then gets a 2K with a butt. 7.5, and then they won 8 rounds in a row on their defense side. So, you know, DRX potentially set up for absolute dominance if you look at the sample size of 1 that we have in the past for them running this comp.
Yeah, I think it's a decent point brought up by Benkai about increasing the tempo, increasing the pace a little bit, disrupting those timings. Don't let DRX set up themselves for any sort of retakes, and that is a lovely fight to be taking.
Yeah, also though, Foxy9 peeking in front of the stun, right? Stacks. Zest isn't in the lineup. Come on.
Yep.
All right, Stacks is throwing that fault line through there so that Foxy9 can set up on a peak, and he's actually peeking in front of when that stun is going to hit. So that gives Life the opening kill, and attacking Seoul Esports are really slow here. They're trying not to give anything away to DRX. And I don't mind this as long as it ends in something explosive onto the site.
45 seconds, roughly. Smoke's going to be dropped down. That's going to be the indicator. Buzz is feeling it. Aftershock to the side, flash as well. He dodged it, jumping all over the place. The right clicks eventually. Ready to breathe. No bullets in the clip. It's back and forth. This way, that way, in and out of the smokes. Providing that coverage. Obfuscating. A bit of a transfer attempt there with a frenzy all up to YH. Picks up the Ghost, reloads.
That's the same Ghost that had no bullets in.
Now, already punishing 2 of the players still. What can YH do? Over the top is a Horn, wants to isolate one of the fights but can't land the shots. Tried to reset it, tried to calm it down, pissed around DRX.
This is to level it how he's leading the team, but his breach on Fracture, there are never any criticisms that are fair of this. The way that he plays out through this smoke, jiggling in and out, realizing he's not being held, and all of this, he looks immaculate on the breach on this map.
Yeah, it's all really nice. Big group up here. Attacking Seoul Esports. Knocked down to the eco on the north side, but they are steadily gaining control. A drop here.
I like this. Throw something funky in there. 4 players from drop.
Fault line, smokes. Dropped across here. Foxy9 in a bit of trouble, yet nevertheless still able to collect those 2 kills.
Where are you going, YH?
Just waded into the spawn, hoping that he wasn't spotted, but no, the tail end of him caught out in the open. It will be that plan. They push that one back. So get themselves into the post plan. There's a Bulldog in the hands of Monk. Maybe we'll see something. Reposition here. One of them now but force that fight. That is lovely. Real precise there. Snappy. That's how RB's looking for the form currently.
So clean follow-up from DRX, and they keep 4 Bulldogs in there. A bit of a different way of approaching the anti-eco round. I wonder if that's because
This is their buy round.
It's going to be the same again. Quite slow, contacty, not really using any utility at the beginning to fight for map control. And that's going to give DRX so much kind of info around the map here. They've got an alarm bot deep towards tree.
Smoke's held. No util to really just supplement that swing from HFMI. He just wanted to take the fight.
There was a fault line actually thrown from YH, but it only went towards one side of Halts. And that's the problem with using it 20 seconds into the round, is that you just don't know where people could be positioned. If you do that at the start, yeah, they have to be there.
Smoke's in his hand, drop down now. Flash as well, Buzz still looking to try and anchor. He knows the tower is compromised, he's holding that. Will there be a swing together? The timing is taken and the smoke is watched for. Barreling through, they do gain the site, but you better get that plant. They don't have control of B main anymore. It's a big wrap around, a really large flank, so Foxy9 looking to try and take control of this with stacks. A ton of util left at their disposal. And here's the first part of it. Fault line. Into the corner, flash. Let's catch. Foxy9's weak, stunned up though. Does a counter stun. That's quite nice. Post plan positions though, that's the aftershock to push them out into the open. It's up to Life to contain, and wow, does much more than that. 3 in the round.
He's a top fragger from the team, and we heard the devs talking about the fact that they think he's brought some experience from EDG too. Remember that this is a player that, while he was playing for a long time on EDG, and then eventually full-time replacing him, so Life should have perhaps more experience under his belt at these global tournaments than he does. He made the trip before, but only ended up being able to play 1 match. So this will be a great opportunity for him to really show what people were missing last time around.
Absolutely. I mean, we know this guy's got firepower. I'm telling you, Josh, the amount of VODs I watched where he was just absolutely dry swinging through smokes and killing 3 was unbelievable.
I mean, the combo of Life and HFMI, they love doing that.
Yeah, it's a speciality.
Or just with a single piece of utility, so that they can prove to the team, look, I didn't dry swing.
Yeah,
it was supported.
It was supported. HFMI pushed up into the 4 position, but he's Yep, spammable behind the box, so has to disengage, reposition now, and he set his team up now for a bit of a B-pop.
Exactly, but Buzz has spotted the information. This is going to call the rotate very quickly.
Yep, Smokes immediately dropped down, look at that. Quick to support, playing inside the Smokes. Buzz wants to try and hunt him down, and indeed he does. Life, he falls. No one can get past this Smoke. There's a molly drop down at the feet, so nobody could follow up off of that dash.
And look at how good DRX are at stopping the execute from coming through.
Oh, they just waited out though. They want to take the fight anyway. Swinging through, they bide their time. Stax attempting to adjust as well, but the aim can't quite land that spray transfer. RB just wide out into the open. He'll fall. Lovely little switch up, I think, in terms of the timing there for attacking Seoul Esports. Foxy even denied as well the chance to grab the orb, and he's essentially forced to save here.
Yeah. So, a couple of things done really well by both teams. DRX showcasing how you stop the exec from coming through, throwing down Mako's molly very early on, and then Buzz goes into the cloudburst to try and hunt down that duelist that's ahead of the rest of the pack. He knows that the rest of the pack is being blocked out by Mako's molly at that point. But attacking Seoul Esports have this double pump. So there's two waves to the aggression. First wave, Life goes in. Second wave, they go in with the rest of the pack and all the rest of the utility that they have. And that completely caught DRX off guard there. That's how all of the top teams are playing at the moment. If you watch them, you know, the best of the best, they tend to have this two-wave utility and want to actually get bodies into the site. Well played there.
Yeah, with a team like DRX, when they're so purposeful, they're disciplined, they're regimented, they like everything to be quite precise in order when they're taking these fights. When you throw in that little bit...
All to set up Foxy9 for duels. There is not a soul from attacking Seoul Esports wanting to go into halls right now. They've all got their beady little eyes on it, just watching over in that direction, waiting for someone on DRX to come out, and instead pathing over towards Tree. It looks like ASE are very aware.
Buzz has been just jiggle spotting that angle as well for information. Backs away, does have the judge. Full contact, breaking the turret, waiting to see if there's any form of utility that's going to be used by DRX, but no, there's not. So now they can lay down these smokes. Still have to clear out tower, and it could become a problem for them. Nade to the back, plan starts to go down, a triple face, triple flank all the way through. Bunt just wasn't quite ready for that one, and still tower control is theirs. A fight to be taken by attacking Seoul Esports, trying to match them. Flick to the side, lovely reactions. YH doing the most there. They know that RB is contained. Isolated, he's alone here, but beautiful, and he survives. 85 health. Maybe make another go of it, but eventually shut down. Circled back to try and take care of us.
It's clean. It's also an anti-eco. DRX didn't have any weaponry to work with there, and that puts all this molly goes into tower.
Backside of tower. It's all being synced up though.
I mean, Foxy9's just going to get trapped here. He's going forwards.
Yeah, well, showstopper in his hands. He's just ripped right out of his hands, out of the air. The kill is claimed. Decide of attacking Seoul Esports. Util now being dumped forwards. It's RB who's left again to try and survive against this onslaught. In and out of the smoke, spamming through Stax. He does seek to help out. He does assist as well onto the side left up to that one player. It's Bunt. Rifle, orbital strike, but the spike is in the middle of nowhere, and he doesn't really have a clue as to where the positioning could be. One smoke left. Drop down. Cuts up one of the sight lines, one of the angles. The potential was there, but Buzz
now DRX are playing the B side. They're just walking through these smokes. I mean, see if we catch any of these in the replay. Yep, there goes Stax. 2K just walking through the smoke. So, perhaps aiming for something pacier, and it really is.
Yeah, here we go, stunned close to the corner. There's an attempt again from Stax. He tries to take that fight. He loses it. Lined up! Away with murder. Disengages, but not enough round to the side. Life will chase him down and still has that dash in his hands. Is activated. Maybe he wants to sync it up though. Monkey's gained complete control of drop, and he's watching it. It's pixel perfect. First kill's claimed. RB still left to anchor down towards the back of the side. He's left alone, no orbital strike. He'll clear him out. All the way right back to the side. Bullets raining down on this position. Down to Buzz. 1v2. One away from the lockdown, but probably not too many chances of using it. Turret spots him. Holds in, it's a wide swing and well.
Oh, that's so dangerous.
So
dangerous. Got to line up and spray them both down. My heart was in my mouth there. But they punish Stax for playing on a bit of a weird angle. Foxy9 gets punished because he's not tucked around the wall. Mako goes for an info peek when he has orbital strike. The DRX have been in a bit of a slump at the moment compared to what you'd expect from them recently. And last time they played this comp, they were dominant on the defense side. So already, they're not quite finding the value that you would be looking for from them, and it's opened a door for ASE.
DRX drop down to the weaker guns. Now I'll take an attempt towards tower. Bot spots that one out. Monk. That's a lockdown. What kind of timing is he waiting for? Well, actually using it.
Yeah,
an orbital strike, and look at the rest of his team.
I think this is great to just draw out the orbital strike from Mako on an eco round. Mako can't use that on a really important eco swing round now.
ASE have no intentions of landing themselves towards B. They're already making their way over towards A. Updraft dash towards the side. The trace is pointing out exactly where RB was. Rifle picked back up though. Salvage in the mix. Monk's catching all sorts of lurks as well. He's going to be that thorn in their sides now towards the north side of the map. Left up to just 2, and DRX left really scrambling. They don't have the guns for this. Over towards the side. That is really quite good.
Life has certainly got his legs underneath him. And we're seeing him, obviously that one, through the smoke. But just in general in this second half, I really feel like this Jet player from ASE is finding his moments.
Line.
Buzz gets out.
Yeah, there you go. Getting it all synced up with the util. And a Swamp to try and push them back again, close, anchoring towards the side. Buzz needs to land a shot again. Mako! And Stax to follow through. Huge plays. Crossfire set up. Oh, that's messy.
Why is he taking the fight?
Scrappy. Spike dropped down in the smoke. That's where Stax was looking for something else entirely. The reposition. Spike still dropped down. He's left it into a 2-on-2. Mako right through. And my God, just bailing them out of that one, wasn't he? And yet still.
And he just had 2 of his teammates losing in positions where they could have played the situation much more safe. And yet he still stands as an absolute pillar.
The fact that it gets that close.
Here it is again.
Feels nasty. And yeah, same set of util that gets dumped in through.
They're not faking it either.
There's the attempt by Buzz. You can see him. He's trying to get his head on it, I think, as well.
The molly
trying to knock
missed.
the molly. Yeah, he knocked it out. He used his body to body block it, and he's still got tower control. They know exactly what to expect. Reinforcements have arrived right through the smoke. The Horns as well follows that one through. Now they know tower's not theirs. Round the side with the shorty, making the most of it. But the smokes will watch this time, and DRX. 4 players left standing versus just the one of YH. They know exactly where he is. Have to isolate so many of these. It's not likely. No crumbs. Nade pushing him back, 2 HP and a dream, but DRX purely set up now for that one. Towards that map point, that 12th round.
And once more, Mako and Stax.
Disrupted by Buzz just playing a game of football. Yes. I mean, he's literally just he's getting his head on the molly and disrupting it.
I think back to that Lothar tweet from like 2021 or something, when he's talking about body block.
We flash fast towards Sand again. Prowler or the Boombot. Holds us back. Down a little bit. Slight chip damage, but they're going to be taking that Sand control. Now they slow it all the way down with the smoke in their face. It's left a lot of confusion, hasn't it?
I promise you, Monk, they can't hear that at LAN.
He's worried about it. Stax still holding this Rolling Thunder.
Mako went for an info peek earlier that got punished very heavily.
He's gone for it again. It's a slight jiggle. Doesn't get his head ripped off. It's a flash repeat. Play being made. Wow. What? HFMI, I mean, the reactions from that man. He increased the DPI of his mouse to dodge that.
And Life did the same.
This way, that way, does not matter. Now the rocket. Sent flying down to the close corner. Foxy9, he's got to try and anchor. He's got one of his own. The ult, it connects, it lands, and just like that, they all fall down. It's up to YH. Can he salvage the round? Can he salvage the map? It's a 1v3, no more util to work with. There's a lockdown there. There's one. Will not get the second. Shut down.